these are what I call my mop-up pages, because underneath my sketchbooks or journals or bits of paper that I'm working on, as well as a craft mat, I always end up with some old bits of paper, so not brand new copy of paper, just old bits of letter, old worksheets, old plans and things that I've got. And when I'm working then, I might sort of wipe things off and clean up my stencil by wiping things through, and sort of the stencils there, you can see that I've wiped those through to clean them up, and it creates some really interesting backgrounds. This is just with a roller with oxide inks. And here I've got some paints, and that you can see is the edge where I've obviously used my finger and wiped around things and splodged paint on, and offcuts of jelly prints maybe. And here it's sort of when I was doing some second generation inking, I stamped on to this paper, and rather than throw it away, I've kept all these things, because sometimes sort of, again, when you're working on a journal page, it's nothing worse than having that blank page to start with, and just by cutting out or ripping and sticking some of these on, you've got a starting point. And I'm going to use some of these today to create my own journal page, and I think I'm going to add this girl here from one of my stamp sets, this one here. So normally when I start collaging pieces of paper onto a page, I would use matte medium, but for speed, I've got this really strong bit of card, and I've just put some double-sided tape on. So I'm just going to start by sticking that straight on there, line it up with the top, like so, and then I'm just going to cut around it. So now, straight away, I've got a background to work on, I've got some colours, I've got some shapes, I've got some patterns that I can use as inspiration. I think I'm going to probably add another colour. So rather than just having two colours, I'm just going to put that in there so it doesn't contaminate my other pages. So rather than, I think I'm going to use some of this as well. I'm going to lift that up a little bit. I'm going to use this. Okay, so as I said, I think I'm going to possibly add another colour, but I don't want to go too far out of the colour scheme that I've got. I'm going to do some stamping on the background. So I think what I'm going to do is go to something that I always like to do, and that is some stamping in black. And I've got these two patterns here that I'm going to try and utilise today in my design. So let's have a look. Go for the zigzag to start with, and some archival ink. I'll just go in, stamp it. I'm going to stick in one direction to start with. Go with leave it at that. Okay, so I want to add some colour, so it's deciding how I add that colour. And look, so I've got some bits of leftover pages here, and that's it. I'll always clean up my stamp on there, so again you've got some texture and background straight away. I was wondering whether I might actually go for white, and I get very low with my white paint. This is Snowflake. So I tend to, as I say, work on bits of paper all the time. Spread this out. Grab a towel. Got one of those at hand. Right. Spread this out. Don't want it too thick, because I'm going to now do some stamping with some paint. Hopefully. Check it, see how it looks. Not sure if it's going to show up, but we'll give it a try. Might be that my background's not really dark enough. Oh, that's okay. Not perhaps as bold as it could be. I'm happy with that. And obviously, because I've stamped with paint, I'm going to need to wipe that off really well. Right, so I'm back now that I've got some water and cleaned my stamp off properly, but I'm looking at it and I still think I want to add another colour. And in this pattern that I've got here, jelly paint, I'm pretty certain I used this cotton reel. And I've got some mermaids, again I'm getting really short of this one, so it's a really nice sort of pale blue, so I've squirted a bit on my piece of paper, and I'm going to see what that looks like. Yeah, okay, so it's not totally away from the colour scheme, it's in keeping with it, but it's just adding that slightly different colour. So I've now got 3 colours to work from when I'm creating my design, which I think is quite pleasing. Okay. I am really just working around the outside, because I'm definitely going to sort of layer this up and put some paper in the middle. So I'm going to use this then, I'm going to tear some of this randomly to layer up my middle section. So I don't actually want it to be exactly the same size. So look, keep a bit of a bruise on that. Use that. Right, okay, so that's still covering that up. I'm going to go lopsided, not be so straight. That looks a bit better, doesn't it? Definitely need to. I'm tearing from the back because I don't particularly want a white border. If I wanted a white border, then I could tear from the front, because I think I'll probably ink this. Now, how are we looking? Okay, and the other thing I need to think about is that I've obviously got an image I'm going to put on here, so I want to make sure I've got enough room to work around. And I think probably about right, I'm just going to a little bit more of the bottom there. Okay, it's a bit more asymmetric there. One more bit off here. So we're starting, we're going to be able to layer this design up. So because I used background sheets, these mop-up pages I call them, using the same colours, it's all in keeping there. Okay, so what am I going to do up here? So definitely need to create a stronger border. I'm not worried about too much black, but because I'd like to tie this in obviously with what I've done, I would maybe like to add a bit of mermaid, which is the colour I use the cotton nails with. I'm now just going to start, move that to the side, and get some of my mermaid. That's all my scrap bit here. And so now the decision is, am I going to go in with some black or mermaid? So I think what I'll do is just copy me again, I think, now, and we'll put quite a lot of pink at this side. Try to regular, do a nice row down here. Okay, and I don't think I'm actually just make one there, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. Right, so I need to let that dry, and then I'm going to add a bit more black stamping in there. Okay, so that's dry now, and I just pulled in one of my random mop-up sheets because I'm going to work on it with some stamping now. So what I want is to put a bit more black on it, but I don't want to be too strong. I'm going to use one of my favourite stamps. It's a Hero Art stamp, and I'm just going to ink that up. But I'm not going to put in the first generation, so that's where I can use my mop-up sheet. And I'm going to put the second generation, so hopefully we've got just now this nice little subtle sort of pattern on there. And I'm going to take this circle now, and again I'm not sure I want the first generation. I'm going to turn this around just for ease and take that off there, and sort of continue with that row randomly. It's slightly wonky there, but that's okay, so I'm going to just pull that in. So you see now I've got my backing, this mop-up sheet has already got some interest on for another project. I think I'll do a little bit down there, not too much. Okay, so I'm going to stop at that point I think, and bring in my journal page. I'll get rid of that now for a minute. Okay, so let's just have a look. So at the moment that's very, very muted, so as soon as I start adding some ink, using all my edges here, all the way around. I'm going to go that way now. You can see straight away how that's going to pop out of the page, and I'll also ink around the journal page at the back here at the end. Okay, so I'm happy with that now. I'm not going to glue it down yet, just in case I decide to go off on a tangent and make a different move, but that's where my girl's going to go. So I think before I do any more, what I'm going to do is I'm going to colour my girl in and cut her out, or actually probably create a bit of a distressed edge, and then we can take it from there. Right, so time to colour my girl now. I'm going to use a combination of pro markers and coloured pencil crayons. So the girl has been stamped in Memento black. Right, so let's choose a blush tone that we're going to go with. Okay, so that's putty. So we'll often scribble a bit on my surface and colour her in now. Now I don't profess to be an expert in alcohol pens, and lots of people will layer up hundreds and hundreds of colours. But this is how I do it, so I'm just taking one colour and small circles generally. I'm just going round and round and covering her face. The best surface sometimes go over it again. Okay, just going to let that sort of dry for a second. So that was putty, so I'm going to leave that out because I'm going to use that again. Right, so what colour am I going to do her hair? Browns out. And what walnut will look like. Yeah, I think that'll look good. So, this occasion, some nice straight lines, I can actually use those. Tartan colour. As the stamp has sort of got more lines, it's not such an open space, so there's not that need to sort of, you can do that circular motion, but because the hair's sort of got that linear look, it's going to work like that. So I think I'm going to go a little bit of her top there, and then so I think I'm going to echo that up in this pattern here. So it's only a tiny area, so you don't need to do that circular motion quite so much. There we are. And I think I will definitely do it on the bottom the same. Brush marker nips are really nice because you can press really lightly. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to go with the pink on the background. I think I'm going to go with just this bit lighter shade. Possibly could have left it white, but I don't like it. It's only a piece of card, I can start again. So with this, I really do need to do this in a circular motion, although I think, looking at this pen, this is quite a popular one that I use a lot. The ink's pretty much run out, so it's beginning on my shopping list. Hopefully though, I'll just get away with it. Okay, let's look. I'm not sure about that blue at all, so I might actually recolour that. just going to have a look while I'm at it. Do I like pink in these centre dots then? Quite bright. So I think I actually would prefer to let that white. So I'm going to do it again. Right, so I did recolour it, and here's how it looks so far. So I've just got the first layer in. So I'm going to go back in now with that putty shade on my face. I'm just going to go around sort of the hairline where you might have more of a shadow. Chin, the side of the face. So obviously this bit would be darker. I'm actually going to do both those bits and that third bit, I think. So that'll go up by the side of the face. And I'm just going to be a little bit more free. I'm using exactly the same shade, so I've not bought lots of shades, 2 or 3 shades. I'm just using exactly the same one to create my dimension. Okay, so I'm happy with that. And I use spice on her eye there, but it looks a little bit light, but anyway, keep it for now, we'll see what happens. It might be a little bit too orangey, but I can go in with some coloured pencils. Okay, now I'm not so worried about adding extra dimension to the pattern as such, but I just think I might just go in a little bit on the border there, a bit round the neck there. Actually, I think I'm going to double that. Okay, and this I'm just going to. Right, okay. So I've now got 2 layers in. So for the third one, I'm going to use some pencil crayons, or coloured pencils, whatever you like to call them. Black. Need some brown for the hair, pink for the cheeks. Okay, so I'm definitely going to tone down this eye shade just by using a little bit of brown, so pulling it from the top. The hair, so where the roots would be, where it would naturally be darker. Underneath there again. Add a bit of movement now, I'm not going to go too mad with that. Again. Shade in here again. Side of the face and sweep that down. So you've got some more movement now. That seems to have naturally ended up with sort of a gap there. So I'm thinking, I'll find my white, mix my big pile of pencils. Hopefully, I can sort of end up with a bit of a highlight there. And also a little bit over there. Right, so that's that. I'm definitely going to just under the eye, very lightly I'm pressing, just add a little bit of a flush cheek. A bit of definition to the eye now. It's gone a little bit too far. Very, very windy, so if you hear noise in the background, because there's some creaking up here in the attic space. I'll just turn it a bit more definition to the eye there. And the hairline with that. Again, pressing quite lightly. And under the chin there. Shadow. Right, just pull in my journal page and see how it's going to look now. She's quite bright, isn't she, compared to the rest? So we might need to do something about that, but I'm quite liking the way she's looking. She looks quite nice. So let's just move it back out for a minute. Okay, so I'm going to take my black, sort of echo that pattern and it just gives it some nice shadows. Very lightly right there. Right, that's a little bit of does pop quite a lot. So we're going to tone that down a little bit, I think. So I'll take the one that I didn't end up using. I'm just going to basically create a little mask. Waste not, want not. So I'll take that on there for a minute. Right, so that should fit in there roughly. I just want to tone down that background a little bit. So I think I'm going to take my favourite stamp again, and some black archival. And I don't need to ink it all because obviously it's only a little space. I'm just going to take off some of the excess again, and then just going to stamp over there. Okay, so the mask has come off with it. So all I've done is just created a little bit of interest. Let's bring this back in here. But also it tones down that white, doesn't it? Right, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to distress around here because I think that's what makes it really stand out then. So I'm going to cut in there a little bit more, but not all the way quite, perhaps in places. There we go. And then perhaps one of these distress tools. This one's a Tim Holtz one, but I know Sticks 2 do one, and I've got one of those lurking somewhere. Go around. This is quite a thick card, I think it's 300. So create nice distress around there. So sort of in keeping with the layers that I've got on my journal page. Okay, so now I swipe around with some black. A little bit better. I want to get rid of that white that's on there. So let's have a think. Let's get my black crayon to start with, pencil crayon, coloured pencil, whatever you like to call it. Tell I'm a 70s child because everything was pencil crayon. Okay, so I didn't need to scribble that. And now I've got black on there, which isn't great. Let's see if I can rescue it with this. Come off my fingers onto the image now. But we've got disasters, we all have those, don't we? Third time lucky, I think this will be. I'll try and clean up my fingers a little bit. Okay, so let's just see. Just using a little water brush now. So I really have got a lot of black on there. Sure, I'm going to rescue that. Right, I'm going to try something else. I'm going to heat dry this and then I'm going to get some ink. Right, let's try some black soot. Go around the edges now, see what happens. Not going too mad. Just wondering whether I can cover up where I've got my inky fingers on. If not, just have got away with that. Although there is a much bigger shadow there than I would like. It's just muted that background for sure. So got so much stuff out now, it's like it's always new. Page creeps, the space that you've got creeps smaller and smaller and smaller, so let's just have a look at this. Okay, so that's alright, but I really am not happy now that the face has got smeared with ink. So sometimes that little electric can help. Because it was black archiving, I think it was. Right, so I think I've actually got away with it. Just a rescue mission, I'm sure we've all had those. Okay, so that's, I think, the composition I'm going for. So it's muted down that background a little bit. Right, so am I going to want to do anything else with the background? Do I need to add anything else to this bit to tie this all in? Am I going to be happy with it? Let's have a look. Okay, so I actually think I'm going to echo that black around there. Not a lot, but just a little dab with whatever's left on my blending tool. Like that. So we go around like that. brilliant. So now let's have a look. Yeah, okay, so that actually makes the white, this lighter bit, pop even more, doesn't it? I'm just going to bring that in a little bit further. Okay, I'm just going to take that out now, and I'm going to get my black archival ink and do what I do with most of my pages, and swipe that round there like that. So now, I've got that bit there to make that border pop. Okay, and then that is going to go directly on there. I don't think I'm going to add any more. Sometimes it's really good just to leave things as they are, step away, and go and do something else. But no, I'm happy with that. So, again, you can use glue, whatever you like to attach it, but for speed, I'm going to just use some masking tape. Sorry, not masking tape, some double-sided tape. And I'm not going right to the edges because I don't actually want this to be flat. I want it to sort of have that little bit of a dimension. Peel that off. Position that on. So do that. Right. So that's that. Pull that up a little bit. And that is probably going to go on there. So what I'm going to do is step away from it and decide how I'm going to finish it off. Right, so I'm back, feeling refreshed after a cup of tea and a chocolate biscuit, and I've just started by stamping up one of the sentiments from the design. I'm just going to cut that out first. Let's just see, I think I'm actually going to slice it down the centre. I think that actually overcrowds it. What I love about these ones is that you can snip them down. And I'm going to change the sentiment to have fun. I think that will work well. And I'll just ink around the edge of that. And that will be fine. Right, so now what I'm doing, I just want to sort of feel that I want to try and balance my image. And I just stamp some of my circles. I don't know if that's a contrast enough. Maybe not. Feel that maybe to embellish it, don't want to go too mad. If I use some of these circles using some of these offcuts, probably just balance out that image. Looks a bit better, doesn't it? Because it's more turquoise. I don't know if I'm actually going to paint the piece in there. I don't know if I've got much turquoise left. Let's see if I can do it. If not, I can stamp it and colour it with a pen. That might work. That's what I'm sort of thinking about. I'm not sure that I like that with that sort of contrast. So just grabbed a piece of card, I stamped with my little sort of circle design, and then did that overstamping with my nice little spotty dotty one. And I've just managed to grab my alcohol pen. I'm just going to use the ball tip. That's what's great about this. It covers a nice good area. I think I'm just going to my black swirl around there a bit. Okay, so I did these from some offcuts, these little circles, but they just, I don't know that they actually are sort of popping out enough just to finish off this page. So I thought if I just stamp these again, but just use alcohol markers, and we'll see what happens, whether these look any better. So I think that one I'm going to, that looks okay. And make another one. I think that balances it out now. I've got those trio there, and the decision is, where do I put those? I think that seems to work for me. So I think I've already got some tape on here, which I'm going to unpeel. Stick the image down. That's going to go back there. Okay. Right. And our sentiment. Sure that looks about right, central to the image there. Okay, so that's that. So now I've got to decide, am I going to stick them? I want to stick them relatively flat because obviously I've got to work in this journal, and if it's too much dimension then it makes it really hard to create a new page. I'm going to cut a little bit of tape, position that on like that. Okay. That one there. And I'm calling my page done. I'm really pleased with how it turned out in the end. Let's get rid of all this rubbish. So it just shows how just some scrap bits of paper you can collage up using those leftover bits and bobs. It could be designer papers that you've got that you haven't used for ages. You could slap a bit of paint and some stamping on them and layer them up and make a new journal page. Thanks for watching.